Well. What's going on? Hello, everybody. Tonight we will not be long. Just want to go to Super Bowl with you guys. I did not do a Super Bowl prediction before I got off the air with you yesterday. But I was picking the Chiefs tonight to win. I thought that they had too much to deal with, and I have not seen the Chiefs ever get stopped like that. But tonight, plain and simple, the Chiefs got destroyed tonight. There's no other way to say it. There's no other way to look at it. No other, some people want to make excuses. Hey, everybody, I'm sorry. Let me see who's here. Hey, E. Kush. Hey, man, I see it. I see Wendy. Hey, Wendy. Wendy, hey, everybody. E. Kush said the Chiefs threw that game. Okay. E. Kush says it's a garbage game. Looked like it was fixed. Well, let's just deal with the facts tonight. And Cowboy fans should really understand this. The Chiefs played with their backup right tackle and backup left tackle tonight. Cowboy fans should know about that. And what we saw tonight was the results of having backups on your line. I've never seen Mahomes run that much in his life. He was running for his life tonight. He was. And the reason why is because, as you can see, Shaq Barrett was in the backfield the whole night. JPP was in the backfield all night tonight. And they got beat. It's no other way to look at it. The Chiefs got held to 3 field goals. 3 field goals. No touchdowns. 3 field goals. I'm going to say it again. The Kansas City Chiefs with the all-world quarterback in Mahomes, with Travis Kelce, with Tyreek Hill, with Hardman, with Sammy Watkins, with the 2 running backs, Le'Veon Bell and the rookie this year. They only scored 3 field goals, man. Look, so sooner or later, they only scored 9 points. So let's get the first things first. And, you can say the refs, you can say this and that. You know, you can say look, when you get beat 31-9, you can't put that on the refs. Come on. There was some questionable calls, I admit, but even with the questionable calls, there's nothing really to talk about. Todd Bowles, the defensive coordinator for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, destroyed the Kansas City Chiefs tonight. There's nothing else you can say. Nothing. When they played the first game, they made the mistake of going one-on-one with Tyreek Hill. And Tyreek Hill had over 200 yards receiving in the first half of a game last year. I mean, not last year, the game this season. They didn't make that mistake again tonight. They doubled him. Tyreek Hill was not even a factor in this game at all. They made a decision on, and they picked and chose when they doubled on Kelsey. But they made the decision. Tyreek Hill will not beat us tonight. And we will let Travis Kelce have the middle of the field. We will let him have that. We will let the others beat us. But Tyreek Hill will not beat us tonight. That's the decision they made, and it was a perfect game plan. I'm going to say it again. They only scored 3 field goals. That's in a 4. If you would have told me that Mahomes would have only scored 9 points tonight, nobody would have taken that bet. Nobody. So let's get the first thing out the way. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense are the real MVPs tonight. I know everybody going to give credit to Brady like I'm seeing now and this and that. And when you turn it on in the morning, you're going to hear Skip Bayless go completely crazy over Tom Brady again. But please, let's not make no mistake about it. Their defense won this game tonight. Defense win championships, as the old saying goes, and you just saw it tonight. They shut everybody down. They doubled Tyreek. Tyreek was no factor. Kelsey, if a tight end beat you, so be it. If a tight end beats you in the game, so be it. That's what Tampa Bay said. They believed that they couldn't run the ball. Once they got too far up, the running game was obsolete for the Chiefs. So there's nothing really nobody could say about. I'm seeing folks pop in. I see my partner here, one of my best friends, say the defensive game plan work. They took advantage of the line exactly as I said. 2 back up tight ends. What else you expect? 2 back up tackles. Refs did play a part. Your boy Roman said it at halftime. MVP is defensive coordinator. Exactly. The 2 little play calls, they kind of didn't let them play, but it was just a butt whooping on both sides of the ball. The Buccaneers offense beat up the Kansas City Chiefs defense. Nothing else you can say. They beat them up. Brady's jersey was just as white as it was at the beginning of the game when they ran out the tunnel. Did Brady hit the ground tonight? Did he? Did he hit the ground at least 3 times tonight? Y'all help me out. I don't remember. I think I remember 1. Brady didn't hit the ground. His jersey they ain't got to wash it. They don't even have to wash his jersey. He didn't get touched tonight. And everybody knows that in order to beat Brady, you got to touch him. Everybody knows that. We've done seen it for 20 years. They didn't get to him. And he whooped them. I ain't no Brady fan. I'm just calling like I see it. They whipped them on offense and they whooped them on defense. There's nothing else you can say. It wasn't even close. This game wasn't even close. It wasn't even a game. They beat them up. It's nothing you can say. So I know I got some Cowboy fans on here. Let me see. Eddie says Brady should get credit for more than half of his Super Bowl. Shouldn't get credit. Yeah, he shouldn't, but he is. You got it. He could say, I hope McCall was taking notes when we play KC this year. I'm going to take that game and I want to win. Well, because we got to get some players, man, to go with the game plan. We don't have the players. You can have a game plan, but you got to have the players to do it. They got two dominant linebackers in Levante David and Devin White. That's two dominant linebackers. I'm talking about two all-pro type linebackers. We don't have that. They got a safety in Winfield. We got it in Wilson, but they also have a couple cornerbacks. They can play on the back end. And as much as they were blitzing, they was on one-on-one, except of course with Tyreek. Really, they made sure wherever Tyreek went, they it was a safety over the top. I don't care what Tyreek lined up. So whoever was playing free safety, he didn't get a chance to get a lot of tackles in because he had to watch Tyreek along with the cornerback. It was a perfect game plan. Perfect. I mean, you held the Chiefs on three field goals. Nobody does that. That not since Mahomes been in. Nobody. 9 points. Nobody. So the MVP, without a doubt, is Bowles. Now, Brady, of course, got it. And it's not that Brady did not play well. He did. But make no mistake about it, the defense was just flat out awesome tonight. Wendy said, Bishop, it could have been, if they played tomorrow, the Chiefs may have won. They were both good teams. It's perfect momentum setting up, perfect motion that puts the luck on your side. Yeah, the Chiefs had a bad night tonight. You play this game tomorrow, the Chiefs might win, but tonight they got destroyed tonight. The Chiefs, it's rare when the Chiefs don't score a touchdown, so I would never put money and say that the Chiefs won't score. It's just unbelievable. You could say KC defense was garbage tonight. They were in chase mode all night, and everyone knows if you smack Brady around, you can beat them. KC dropped the ball back. They couldn't get to him, They couldn't get to him. The ball was going out quick. Brady wasn't standing back there with no 5-7 step drop. Brady was getting rid of the ball, man. I mean, he said, how did they let slow-mo Grunt get free? He's one of the easiest tight ends to cover. The defense was awful. Well, they didn't believe that Grunt could beat him. Grunt, they think Grunt old. So they let him go one-on-one with a linebacker, and I guess that Gronk showed him I still got a little gas left in the tank. I mean, you didn't see no double team on Gronk. They didn't. Gronk has lost their respect, and they paid the price for it tonight. They paid the price for it tonight. You say Mahomes just said they weren't communicating. That's an excuse, Wendy. Look, you can't dismiss the fact that this is what I'm saying, because like I said, we Cowboy fans have seen this. And what I'm saying is, when you got both of your tackles are gone, and Fisher was an all-pro tackle, and you replace him with a backup who is I ain't saying he's a nobody, but I'm saying he's not an all-pro, he's not even a Pro Bowl. Then you go on the other side, which is the left tackle, and that's a backup tackle. We saw Cowboy fans know what happened when both our tackles gone. I mean, and you put JPP on one side, and then you put Barrett on the other side, and that's what you get. I think Barrett had 2 or 3 sacks tonight. I think JPP had 1 sack. That ain't count all the pressures that they had. They wrecked the game. And that's what happens when you get backup linemen in the game. So, I see this because I see what you're saying. You say, yeah, it's an excuse. Exactly. It is an excuse. They had 2 weeks to prep this game. They already played Tampa. This was a badly coached game. I just don't think, in practice, you can't simulate the speed of Barrett and JPP on the outside in practice. You just can't do it. So they got a whole nother gear in doing the game. And you get 2 backup tackles on your line, I mean, you're gonna have a rough time. I don't care who you are. That's what we saw tonight. That's what we saw in Dallas all year when Tyron Smith went down, and then Loud callers went down on our side. I mean, how many times were we begging for somebody to block, for Dak and for Dalton? You got backup tackles in. There's nothing you can do. So tonight it was just flat out overall butt whooping. Okay. It was, I mean, it's nothing else. It's nothing else you can say. If the game would have been 31-26, then I would give some of y'all some credence on what you say about the refs and letting them play. But look, when you get beat 31-9, that excuse is out the window. That's I'm sorry. They shut them down. Mahomes had plenty of chances to get the ball and the score in the second half. Had plenty of chances to get in the first half. He's an all-world quarterback. No doubt about that. He still is. He just got beat up tonight. I ain't never seen Mahomes run like that. He ran all night long. He running for his life. He was like in a schoolyard background, doing all kind of moves, trying to throw the ball, throwing, they ain't even looking nowhere, just throwing it. I mean, just running, throwing it backwards. I mean, look, he got whooped tonight. He got whooped. The whole game. Exactly, Cole. The whole game. He from the first quarter to fourth quarter, he was running for his life tonight. Matter of fact, he ran so much, he re-injured his toe. Did y'all see him limping? He didn't get hit. The Buccaneers made the main toe hurt again. I mean, he was running for. I ain't seen that in a while. I'm talking about he got destroyed tonight. There's no other way you can look at it. So for tonight, you can't do nothing but tip your hat to the Buccaneers. And I especially tip my hat to Todd Bowles, who's the defensive coordinator for the Bucs. He is. I mean, he shut it down tonight. You could say Mahomes had a chance for 3 touchdowns in the first quarter. So it should have been 2-3 before the second quarter started, but they had too many missed opportunities. That's true. And the reason why they didn't score is because Bowles shut them down. Wendy says that the team leaders called the game backyard football game in the empty stands. Yeah. Brett Garris, he said the defense put their work in. Hey, exactly. Now, tomorrow morning, when you turn it on, Undisputed, especially Undisputed, and when you turn it on First Take, the conversations will be Brady has won his 7th ring. Brady has won another Super Bowl MVP. They'll be saying, is Brady the greatest sports figure of all time and all that. But if you watch the game, please understand, Brady did have a part in it. But it wasn't Brady tonight, y'all. And usually when it comes to Brady winning, Brady gets all the praise, even when he was winning New England. But it was Belichick who shut people down. I don't, if you're old enough, you know how he shut the Rams team down, the greatest show on turf. Belichick shut that down. We're not going to even talk about the Seattle Super Bowl, how Belichick shut Seattle down. So, but Brady's going to get the credit tomorrow. And I'm not taking the credit from Brady because Brady played a pretty good game last night. But that defense was the truth tonight. Exactly. Bowles was a genius. 2 safeties high, keep everything in front of him, swarm the ball. Pure genius. Exactly. He was determined not to let Tyreek Hill beat him. See, they already paid the price in their first game this season when Tyreek lit them up. So they already had experience. They know what Tyreek can do. So they decided, look, if somebody going to beat it, it's going to have to be Travis Kelce or one of these other receivers. But it won't be Tyreek Hill. They made that decision, and it evidently it worked. So you're gonna get a lot of teams next year that are they're gonna get this tape, and this is the way that you beat the Chiefs. Now you got to have the players to do it, but this is the template from now on of how to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. They gave up on the running game, but they was too far behind to really run the ball. So you can't say that. Now, it'd been interesting if the game would have been close and they would have just been running the ball, because the kid from LSU, the rookie, he had a pretty good game, even though you wouldn't know him. You know what I'm saying? That exactly. That's the way you gonna, when you got two high safeties there, they usually mean you're gonna have 7 men in the box against your 6 linemen, or 7 if you got a fullback. So it's 7 on 7. You go ahead and run the ball, then and take your chances. But the game was so far out of hand that it took them away. Exactly. I see you, Coach Bree Love. Exactly. He could say they didn't let get started either to open up play. That's just beauty execution on defense. Exactly. I'm saying when you break this game down, the thing that happened is that the Bucs got too far ahead, and the truth of the matter is, Coach Bieniemy and Coach Reed probably want the ball in Mahomes' hand all night long to throw it. I mean, you'd rather most defensive coordinators probably want them to run, but they had to pass the ball, and they knew they had to pass the ball. They just took out his best weapon, which was Tyreek Hill. You know, if they saying, look, if you're going to catch the ball, you catch one of these bubble screens, and if you break one for 90 yards from bubble screen, then we'll tip our hat to you. But we ain't going to let you get behind us. That's what they were saying. I mean, just a brilliant game plan. The game wasn't even close. I think everybody was just waiting to see. Look, if y'all watching the highlights like I am right now, just look at Mahomes. Just look at Mahomes. Just run it. Look, just look at it. Some of y'all looking now. Look, I mean, he's running for his life. Look at this. I mean, it's not even close. But this is the game plan from now on that you will see. But you gotta have players to run it. And everybody talking about the Cowboys. Well, you know, you got to get a lead over them too, like that. You got to score, which is what Brady did. He scored. They didn't. I mean, so I don't. It's nothing that you can take away from him. Tom Brady. Look, hey man, look. See, it get kind of hard to knock down Brady when he's steadily putting rings on his finger. I mean, come on, y'all. The man, I think they put it out, they said he has 7 Super Bowl wins. He has more Super Bowl wins than teams have trophies in the history of the NFL. Ain't nothing you can say. I mean, I'm not a Tom Brady fan, but it's nothing you can say. I mean, so look, with some people, all you can do is just tip your hat and salute them, and you ain't got to shake the hand, you ain't got to, you ain't got to sing praises to them. But at the same time, you can't deny the greatness. This man is great. I mean, can you imagine what this man did this year? This man left his home for 19 years, came to an organization that is not used to winning. Okay? He's not used to winning. I mean, this organization really not used to winning. He left, started over again, went and got a guy that was in retirement in Gronk. He got a guy who everybody didn't want to touch, Antonio Brown. For y'all that don't know, when they got Antonio Brown, Brady said he's going to be my roommate on the road, and his locker is going to be next to me at home and away. So essentially what Brady's saying, look, I'll babysit him. That's what he did. And we ain't heard nothing from Antonio Brown this whole year since he signed. I'm just saying, y'all, look what happened. I mean, they traded away Jameis Winston. I mean, come on. A 42-year-old quarterback. They traded and got Leonard Fournette. They got Le'Veon Bell. They got LaShawn McCoy. They got Gronk. They pulled Gronk out of the WWE. Man, look, and he did it at another whole organization. In his first year, he took this team to the Super Bowl. It's nothing that you can say. He is the greatest quarterback to ever do it. Now I'm going to go ahead and say that he's in the conversation of possibly being the greatest football player to ever play. I ain't say he was. I didn't say he was. I did not say he was. I said he deserves a seat at the table to be in consideration as the greatest football player to ever play this game. There's no question about it. No question. He deserves to be at that table. There's only a few of them there. Jerry Rice is one of them. You know, I mean, Jerry Rice may be the only one at the table. I say the overall football player. Overall football player. It ain't Joe Montana. It ain't whoever done won. It ain't Bradshaw. It's not Troy Aikman. It's not, it's not these guys. Brady got 7 rings. They only got 3 or 4 rings. Ain't it bad when I say you only got 4 rings, like there's nothing like Bradshaw. But Brady done made Bradshaw's ring look like it wasn't nothing. He made Montana rings look like it ain't about nothing. You're right, Gary. Bro, Gary said Jim Brown. Yeah. But I'm about to put Jim down now. I mean, you guys saw Jim. Coach Bree, you saw Jim. The only reason I say I'm gonna put Jim down now is because Jim decided to leave too early. I mean, Brady been in 20. I think Jim only played 9 years, maybe. I think he played 9. I think he won maybe 1 or 2 championships. And Brown couldn't never really get over the Packers. So I mean, overall talent, yeah, domination. I think that's the criteria. I think that's what we ought to say. We ought to say who was the most dominant football player of all time. Bro, Brian said Walter Payton. Walter was special, but he just didn't win. I can't even put him in the conversation. I'll put him in the conversation maybe of the greatest running back of all time, but overall football player, I don't. It's only a few guys that belong at that table. I think Jerry Rice, without a doubt, is there. Lawrence Taylor, dominant, yes, sir. You're right, bro, Gary. One of the most dominant players. I think that's kind of what we're saying. A person that had just dominated the whole time he was playing. And Lawrence Taylor is definitely one of them. Yeah. Peyton was too, but Peyton couldn't win enough. Jim Brown won, but these guys didn't play long. Well, I don't think Jim played long enough to even be at the table. And that's not an insult to Jim Brown to me. I mean, I can't deny Brady been playing for 20 years, and I can't deny that for over half of his career, he's been in the Super Bowl. Making 1 is hard enough, but he's been there 10 times. And he won 7. And I know I don't supposed to do this, but let's be honest. He really supposed to have 9 because the Giants were lucky in both of those Super Bowls. Y'all, if y'all don't remember, you remember when Eli scrambled out and threw up and then the boy caught her on the side of his helmet like this. Y'all remember that? I mean, come on now. That was luck. Gary Bryan brought out another great name, dominant. Deion Sanders, without a doubt, deserves to be in that conversation. Bray deserves props 7. That gonna mean think he played. Yeah, exactly. Yes, sir, Coach Bree Love. My favorite football player of all time, Ray Lewis. That's what you talking about. Dominance. I'm saying from the time he walked in to the time he left. Peyton Manning was a great football player, but he's not on this level, Bro Bryant. The only reason why I say that is because he didn't win enough. He never could beat Brady a lot of those years. See, when you get to go head to head against a guy, head to head, that's your chance there. And Peyton lost a whole lot to the Patriots during that time. He finally got over the hump one time. I loved it with the names y'all throwing. Reggie White. Reggie White was dominant, yes, but he didn't win enough. I guess what I'm saying is you can be dominant, but you got to have some evidence of your dominance. Does that make what I'm saying? You got to have some evidence of your dominance. that says you got to be better. And I don't think I just don't think some of them guys. Reggie only won once. He was dominant though. Hall of Fame, no question. But you got to have some jury on your finger to get at this table. Mean Joe Green, good one. He's a good one. The only thing I say about Mean Joe Wendy is that Mean Joe had a lot of other people that was talked about like he was back at that time. There's really nobody that can talk about Brady. Hey, Glenn, I see you on Podbean. J Lo on Podbean. Hey, y'all guys. So, I can't do nothing but tip my hat to Brady. He leave me no choice. Right now, if you going against Brady, I'm just saying you just hating. I mean, if you're a real true fan, you can't do nothing but just tip your hat to him. The man is great. I'm not a fan of him at all, but I can't deny his greatness. He's the best. He's definitely the best quarterback to ever play. There's no question about that. He is the best quarterback to ever play. I'm just saying he deserved to be at that table where he should be considered. He should be considered, or at least in the conversation, as being the greatest football player overall to play. So only a few guys at that table. Some of those names that you see from earlier, some of those names, kind of deserve to be seated at that table. Yeah, Coach. I mean, it's just true. Coach said he deserved the honor for his career. I mean, there's no other way you can look at it. The man has been in the Super Bowl half of his career, 20 years. And he's over 40 years old, man. He's over 40. Over. Elway didn't win enough. Elway is not. Elway's not even on that discussion. I don't even think Elway deserved to be there before Bradshaw. You see what I'm saying? Definitely, he's not better than Montana. You see what I'm saying? So Elway, I think, won twice and got his butt kicked in the other Super Bowls when he was there. Elway don't even deserve a seat at the table. And look, when I say that, it almost seems like I'm hating on Elway as if he was a screw. We all know Elway was the truth. It's just that when you are comparing his resume to this guy here, Brady, and come on now, it's not even. No, exactly. In Brady's case, Brother Brian, listen. In Brady's case, 4 Super Bowls is not enough no more. This man got 7 rings. I mean, this is 7th ring. 4 Super Bowls is like, I mean, he almost doubled it. I mean, come on now. I mean, if you're gonna talk about being a better quarterback than Brady, you're gonna have to catch him. It's kind of like the LeBron and Michael Jordan debate that people are doing. See, you may not get 6 rings, but you got to get some other stuff on the backside to kind of complement. You got to have other stuff, kind of like LeBron. LeBron may not get the 6 rings, but if he finishes the game as the all-time leading scorer, which he has a chance to do that. He's been first team All-NBA forever, more than Jordan. He gets to do that. If he can slide one more MVP in for the season, that all that kind of stuff helped. That was supplement for not having 6 rings. If he win another championship and get 5 and 1 behind, but he has the all-time leading scorer. He has most all first team all NBA. If he have first team, defense, you got all the all-star appearances. We see that you have to supplement it if you can't get the rings. I'm saying when it comes to Brady now, you got to, my God, you're going to have a lot of stuff because the chance of getting 7 rings is going to be slim to none. I'm serious. So Mahomes may have to get 4 or 5 more MVPs, You know, he may end up being the all-time leading touchdown and all-time leader in yards when it's all said and done, if the Lord bless him with health to play 15, 16 years. Then maybe we can have a discussion then. But as far as we talking about just talent, we don't care. I don't care nothing about talent. It's plenty of guys that are more talented than Tom Brady, even when he was playing, as far as talent goes. But talent ain't nothing. Aaron Rodgers is more talented than Brady. Mahomes is more talented than Brady. Josh Allen is more talented than Brady. As far as I mean, we can name quarterbacks now that are more talented. But when we start talking about IQ, football IQ, and just the will to win, none of these guys can match up to them. I don't care what nobody say. We just saw it tonight. So I can't do number 10. I have to him. He's the best. He's the greatest. He's the GOAT, as everybody says. And anybody saying that he's not, please tell me who it is. Who at the quarterback position, who is better or was better than Tom Brady? I mean, it's not. Please tell me, because I mean, you got to convince me real hard. It's gonna take a lot of convincing to show me. I think Manning was great, but Manning was great in the regular season, but Tom Brady was great in the regular season too. Somebody may say, well, Peyton Manning got an MVP. Brady got him too. I mean, come on now. You know, and somebody say, well, Peyton Manning probably was the smartest quarterback. I might agree with you on that. But that ain't saying Brady was dumb. I mean, Brady was doing the same thing Manning was doing. Get up to the line, change the play, and point this person out and point that. I mean, come on now. Brady's just the best, man. And you've already heard him say that he's coming back next year. So at this point, to be honest with you guys, you know, he's doing things that a person his age doesn't supposed to do. Breeze is the prime example. Both of them are pretty much the same age, and Breeze's body is just he can't do it anymore. You can see the decline. Big Ben, 30, he's much younger than Brady. Well, about 4 years younger, but Ben couldn't get the ball. It's just his skills just deteriorating right in front of you. Brady still look like he did 7, 8 years ago. He does. You can't say he can't throw the ball down the field. We see that. We saw it tonight. Has a strong arm, still pocket awareness is still great. He looked like he did 10 years ago to me. So, only thing that we can, I ain't hoping for it, but I'm saying Father Time just ain't got a hold, and it ain't grabbed him yet. And as long as it don't grab him, Brady is still dangerous. I mean, look at the stats. I'm looking at it now. Brady on hat was 21 for 29 for only 201 yards, 3 touchdowns. That's not explosive. You only had 201 yards. But when your defense giving you a short field to work with, you can do it. Gary said Ben is 39, and you can see it on him. You can see the 39. You can see the deterioration. You can see the decline on Ben. But you can't see it on Brady. You can't. So I give him full credit tonight. I especially give Todd Bowles, the defensive coordinator, the credit for the complete shutdown of what everybody thought was a pinball machine type offense in Kansas City, a team that supposedly could not be stopped. Many teams have tried, and Kansas City kept beating them. On Tuesday, I'll talk about this a little more because with Tampa Bay winning tonight, I'm just going to go and tell y'all this. I'll give you a small preview real quick. They say the way to build a team is through the draft and develop your players and all that kind of stuff. Let me just give y'all the truth, and we'll talk about this Tuesday at 7:30. Tuesday 7:30. I just saw a team win the Super Bowl with a bunch of free agents. They traded away their #1 draft pick in Jameis Winston, and in exchange said, we don't want the young 20, 24, 20, 25-year-old quarterback, whatever Jameis is now. We want this 40-year-old quarterback. That's what we want. We don't care nothing about the next 10 years with this quarterback and Jameis Winston. We want these 2 to 3 good years left, and we're going to try to win it all. What else they do? They went and got a Leonard Fournette from Jacksonville, who was a troublesome running back in Jacksonville the last time was there. They didn't care. They said, come on, let's roll. Come on. You come on to Tampa with me. Come on. They went and got a tight end who's retired and in the WWE in Gronk. Brady made the call, say, hey, man, let's roll. Come on. Gronk came in. You know, everybody forgot about O.J. Howard, the tight end from Alabama. We ain't heard nothing from him the whole year. They say, no, come on, Gronk. We want this old man. Come on. Y'all say he old. Okay. We're going to say how old he is. You come on, roll. Come on. Then they made the move that nobody, other team would make. Antonio Brown was going crazy, cussing out police officers, cussing out women, cussing out, everybody would make some folks making up stories about him. No other team would touch him, really. What Tom Brady said, hey, man, hey, you ready? Come on. You come on, too. Come on. You come on, roll with me, too. But he's a problem in the locker room. He's a problem. Antonio Brown, he's a problem. Tom Brady said, look, y'all, if y'all worried about him, he'll be my roommate when we go on the road. Put his locker next to mine, and let's roll. Quick question. Did y'all hear anything from AB this year? Did y'all hear anything? Was AB a problem? No. Tom Brady they put that young thing out the way. So in other words, they got a bunch of free agents and said, we going all in this year. We're going all in. And we're going to win the Super Bowl. And here we are as a Cowboy. Let me stop. Let me just stop. I'll save all this for Tuesday, 7:30. I just saw a team raise the Lombardi Trophy with a bunch of retired, old, problem child. I just saw him win the Super Bowl, y'all. So, I'll talk about it Tuesday because some of this stuff that we do and we shy away from it with our team. Players that we know we should go get. But hey, I'll save that for Tuesday. I really could go right now, but it's too late. I'm gonna save this for when I share this with a whole bunch of groups and on Tuesday night at 7:30. I just saw a team win with a bunch of quote unquote misfits. I just saw it. And we Cowboy fans talking about we don't need this type of person in our locker room. We need quality character guys. We need guys on the team that are, good of great character and great, man, please. Man, please. I don't want to hear that no more. I just saw Tom Brady raise the trophy with a bunch of free agents. That's what I saw. That's what I just saw. Did y'all just see that? That's what I saw. That's what I saw. So, and I saw the Rams do this. A couple years ago too, and they didn't win it, but they got there. I saw the Rams get to the Super Bowl doing that. Look, if y'all looking at ESPN right now, and I'm seeing Tampa Bay with champagne bottles on the field, spraying champagne. That's the bottom line. So I don't know what y'all, how y'all feel about it? Well, we're gonna talk about that on Tuesday. Gary said they raised it with a bunch of nobody guys. Well, I even add to that, Gary. They raised the trophy up. I'm not gonna call them nobodies. They raised up with people that people gave up on them. Gronk was probably said Gronk can't do it no more. He too old. They say Brady was gonna be old. They say AB was gonna be a problem. They say I wouldn't trade away Jameis Winston. He too young, and he can get better and better and better and better. And they say, well, look, we realized Jameis was a Heisman Trophy winner. We realized Jameis was the number one pick in the draft. But I'm gonna tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna pack his bags. We're gonna put a FedEx sticker on his backside, and we're gonna ship him on off to New Orleans. We're gonna holler at you. God bless you. We thank you for your time. And Jameis probably look back and say, wait a minute, I'm the number one pick in the draft. What y'all gonna do? I mean, come on now. When you get a number one pick in the draft from a franchise quarterback, you don't trade that away. Tampa Bay said, look, yes, we are. We're gonna trade for that old man that got gray hair in his beard. He's 40-some odd years old, and we still think he can play. We don't need to talk to you no more. We're gonna go ship you on out here. God bless you. Have a great career. Hey, have a good career. We'll see you a little bit later. And told Tom Brady, the door is open, sir. Come on in. Come on in. And now I'm looking at Brady now with the biggest smile on his face on ESPN right now. I'm looking at him smiling. You can't tell me that, look, look, Cowboys got a lot of stuff to do. I'm not saying you're supposed to copy Tampa Bay, but I am saying this philosophy that we have, it ain't working. I heard exactly. Jameis Winston sick as a dog. Jameis Winston sick. Jameis Winston is sick. Because they say, man, maybe I was the problem. Everybody says the same thing. All you need to do is have a quarterback come in and cut down on the turnovers. You win. Now look at Brady, smiling. So, it's unreal. It's unreal what you just saw tonight. You ain't gonna appreciate this until, maybe another 20 years from now. We all get to say, ain't nobody better than Brady. We saw it. We saw it. We saw it. Brady, exactly. Brady said Brady won his guy. He called AB in. He called Gronk in. He had something to do with Fournette coming in. He had something to do with LaShawn McCoy, even though McCoy didn't play. He had some say-so with Le'Veon Bell coming in. I mean, y'all look. I mean, a bunch of guys who were considered problems. And they the champs. Ain't nothing to say, man. All right, I'm out. God bless y'all. It's been a late night. Y'all got to go to work in the morning. I do too. And I will holler at y'all. I'll see you guys on Tuesday at 7:30. Tuesday at 7:30. The Big Time Show podcast will happen. I'll be talking a little bit about this, a lot about this actually, on Tuesday night at 7:30 p.m. I'll check you guys out then. Thanks, guys, for hanging with me just for a little bit tonight as we talked about what we just saw, the dominance of Tom Brady, the dominance of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense, and overall, the dominance of just them as an organization. They dominated. That's why they're the world champion. And that's why everybody else is not. And that includes, who, the Dallas Cowboys. As I look to leave you tonight, my phone just buzzed. Let me see if it's some breaking news. See, this is the problem right here. It's stability in the Tampa Bay organization. But as I leave, let me see if I see some breaking news. Nope. I don't see no breaking news. Guess what? Dak Prescott still not signed. I'll holler at y'all. See you Tuesday.